right, let's look at number 10. So Ryan spends $80 total at the florist. So I underlined that already. So he spends $80 in all at the florist. Then he buys some roses. He buys red roses for $35. And he also buys white roses for $21. Then he buys some vases. He buys 4 vases that all cost the same amount. But what we don't know is how much each vase is. We know that he bought 4 of them, and they all cost the same, but we don't know what each vase is costing. So that's what we're trying to figure out. So what I did is I made an equation. Let me zoom out. And I started with the $80 that he spent. And again, and that was the total for the red roses plus the white roses plus what he spent on vases. So breaking that down, again, I just took the $80 he spent and I'm just kind of putting it here to my next line. And he bought the red roses cost $35. The white roses cost $41. Okay. And then we're going to add the vases. But here's where it's kind of gets a little difficult. We know that he bought 4 vases, but what we don't know is how much each vase costs. So I'm going to go 4 times each vase, and that's our unknown. We don't know this yet. So and I grouped it here in a nice parentheses, and I also color-coded it with orange so you could see. So now I break it down again. All right. Oh, excuse me, I had to sneeze. So we started, again, he started with $80. So what I chose to do is I chose to add up what he bought in roses together. So I took the $35 for the red roses, $21 for the white roses, and here I got $56 total for the vases. For the roses, $56 for roses. Now, again, we can't forget we still have to figure out what the vases cost. And again, so what I did is I just took this down and I put it down to the next line. So 4 times we don't know what yet. So now what we need to do to kind of get the vases all by themselves, the amount that he spent on vases all by themselves, we need to take the $56 that we spent on roses, and we're going to take it away from the total amount he spent. So I'm going to take this 56, I'm going to just kind of put it over here. And by taking away what we spent on roses, that's going to just leave us with our vases, what he spent on vases alone. So when I go 80, take away 56, doing some borrowing. 10 take away 6 is 4. 7 take away 5 is 24. Okay, so now we know that he has $24 left. After what he spent on roses, that's what he has left. So this 24 equals what he spent on the vases. So it equals 4 times, again, that's something. All right. So now we can look at this and say, okay, 4 times what equals 24? Okay, and if I know my times tables facts, I know that 4 times 6 equals 24. So that means the vases, each vase, because again, this was our unknown, each vase is $6. So I'm going to go back to our question and take a look at this. 6 is one of our options. So I'm going to go ahead and circle that, or color it in, I should say. All right. So number 11. Notepads come in packages of 3, 6, and 10 notepads. Carrie wants to buy exactly 90 notepads. What are two ways Carrie can buy exactly 90 notepads? And tell how many packages, how many of each package size she can buy. Show your work. So, well, I just started with a 10 notepad pack. And I said, okay, well, she can buy 10 packs of 9. And I know that because 10 times 9 is 90. And I went here with the 6 packs. And I know 6 packs of 15 is also 90. Because if I use this chart here and I look at my 6s. 6 times, well, can I zoom out? Oh, there it is. 6 times 15 will get us to 92. So she can also buy 6 packs of 15. Okay, looking at number 12. All right. Which comparisons describe the equation 9 times 6 is 54? Excuse me. So I like to, when I'm, and again, it's choose all. So we've got to go through all the options and decide which ones are correct. So I like to turn this into turn these into number sentence by looking at the word is and replacing the word is with an equal sign. So if I go like that, I go 9 is, so I'm going to go 9 is, again, I'm replacing with the equal sign, 6 times as many as 54. So does that look like 9 times 6 is 54? No, it does not. Okay, so that is not an option. Okay, 54 is 6 times as many as 9. So again, I'm going to replace the is with an equal sign. So I'm going to go 54 is 6 times as many as 9. And sure enough, that does look like it, because 54, if we worked backwards, is 6 times 9. So that works. So B is an option. It's one of those correct options. 54 is 9 times as many as 6. So again, 54 is 9 times as many as 6. And yeah, that looks just like this one, except we kind of flip-flopped the 54. We put the 54 first. So that one is also correct. D. 6 times as many as 54 is 9. So 6 times as many as 54 is 9. Again, we're taking the word is and we're putting in an equal sign. Well, that does not look like this one, okay, because it's not equal to 9. So we can eliminate that. 9 times as many as 6 is 54. Well, lo and behold, that's exactly what we have up here. Suppose in girls, that one is also correct. So you have 3 correct options here. All right, let's do number 13. We're almost there, folks. We got 2 more questions to do. We're doing great. So here we go. Vans will carry 4th and 5th grade students on a field trip. There are 34 4th grade students and 28 5th grade students. And they're taking vans, right? And each van can only carry 9 students. So the bus manager estimates that 7 vans are needed to carry all the students. So our question here is the bus manager's estimate reasonable? So we're going to have to solve this in order to find out if he has a reasonable estimate. So what I did here is I added our 34 4th grade students to our 28 5th grade students. And I kind of grouped what they are together. This is the total amount of kids. That's why I put them in parentheses. I put them in one group. Then what I did is I took all the total kids and divided it by 9. Because again, each van can carry 9 students. So what I decided to do is I decided to draw a picture, because that helps me when I'm doing problems like this. And here's what my picture looks like. So again, let me zoom in here. 34 4th grade students plus 28 5th grade students is a total of 62 kids. Then we've got to take the 62 kids, and I put them kids in blue, and I put the vans in red, divided by 9 kids per van. So van number 1 can hold 9 kids. Van number 2, we got 18 kids put in a van. Van number 3, 27 kids now have a seat. Van number 4, 36 kids are now placed in a van. Van number 5 down here is 45 kids in van number 5. So we still have to keep going because not all the kids have a seat yet. Van number 6 has 54 kids. And now what we have left, if I go 54 and I count my kids, I got 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. So here we are. This is all our kids. All the dots are kids, right? So we have 62 kids. And what this looks like as an answer, 62 divided by 9 equals 6 vans with a remainder of 8 kids. All right. Now, we got to think about what are we going to do with that remainder? What are we going to do with those leftover kids? Well, they want to go on the field trip too, right? So we need to provide a van for them. So I'm going to just do another circle to provide another van. All right. So how many vans do we need in all? Well, we need 7 vans. And the last van is just going to have one more seat left, right? There's only one more seat left in the van. But we still need to have a 7th van so that all the kids can go to the field trip. So let's go back to the problem. Now, the question was, the bus manager estimates that 7 vans are needed to carry all the kids. Is his estimate reasonable? Well, I wrote here 7 vans are needed because that's what we figured out. And there's a total of 62 kids. Now, what I did is I took that 62 and I added 1 to make it divisible by 9 evenly because I know 63 divided by 9 is 7. This is where I'm just kind of estimating. So, yes, because 63 kids, or 63 divided by 9 is 7, his answer is reasonable. Okay? All right, let's look at the last one, question 14. I'm going to zoom in here. All right, so the rule for the pattern shown below is add 8. So we started with 8, and we're adding 8 to get 16. 8 more, is 24. 8 more is 32. 8 more is 40. So we're basically counting by 8s, which means that, and if we're starting by 8, counting by 8s, these are all multiples of 8. So if I did 8 times 1, that would be 8. 8 times 2 would be 16. So, and 8 times 3 is 24. So we have a pattern here. So if this pattern continues, what would be the 40th number in the pattern? So again, the first number in the pattern was 8. The second number in the pattern was 16. And the third number in the pattern was 24. So the 40th number in the pattern, we would have to go 8 times 40. So, and this is an extended fact. And I know that 8 times 4 is 32. And because we have a 0 here, we're going to attach a 0 here. So our answer is 320. All right, so again, just like the other problems, we start here with our ones digit, 0, 2, 3, to write 320, and then you just fill in the bubbles, the 3, the 2, and the 0. Okay, friends, this was it for the review. That was a lot of work, and I hope this was helpful. If you have questions on any of these, reach out to your teacher and have a great day.